Okay, and as the music fades out, welcome to Slam Jam Championship Wrestling here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel, as well as the Slam Jam YouTube channel. I am your host, David Pstansky, and this is the Slam Jam show, which is an incredible blend of improv plus podcast plus game show. We're going to talk wrestling, and we have the ultimate. We will work out who is our Slam Jam champion of the week. On the show tonight, we have Dave. Say hello to the people, and if you can, give us a random wrestling fact for a bonus point.
Oh God, I just keep forgetting I've got to do this every week. Hello everyone. I'm Dave from South of North in Essex, and let me think of a random fact. Let me think. Okay, so did you know that the only person that has this is not a very big fact. It's quite easy if you've been watching recent wrestling. But the only person to have beaten Gunther in his current Intercontinental Championship reign is Chad Gable. By count out, but he's still the only person who's beaten him.
Wow. Okay, that's fascinating. Andy, throwing you in the deep end here. You didn't even quite know this was about wrestling before you jumped on. Do you have a random wrestling trivia fact to try and get a bonus point?
Sure, so I'm going to go way old school and talk about back in WrestleMania 1 when Cyndi Lauper actually did manage Wendy Richter, where she was fighting Moolah for the championship. Cyndi Lauper was back in the day. Girls Want to Have Fun and all that, big time 80s. But people that are born after in the year 2000, they're like, who's that? But then when the songs, they know who it is. And she was outstanding. Gemini also, for the record. Right. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna count that worth a point. Tom in the comments says, "Evening all, evening Tom." Now we are going to we're gonna start off. We're gonna blast straight into a quiz round. Then we're going to chat a couple of things. We might be joined having a few run-ins from some people here. We may do some impressions later on, and we're going to jump straight into a quiz. Now this is sponsored by ChatGPT, and when I say sponsored, I just mean I use ChatGPT to come up with a quiz, and I asked it for 30 hard wrestling questions about old school wrestling from the WWF in the 80s and 90s. So you got to buzz in, and if there's latency and lag, well, screw you guys, I don't care. So just buzz in. Ready? Here's the first question. Remember, these are really hard. These are really hard. Who was known as the Macho Man in WWF?
Buzz.
Andy.
Randy Savage.
Is the correct answer. Andy, you get the first point there. Oh, what an upset there, Dave. Now, which wrestler famously carried a 2x4 piece of lumber?
Buzz.
Oh, Andy gets in there just again. And
Hacksaw Duncan.
Oh, what was the answer?
Hacksaw Jim Duncan.
Oh, I'm going to throw over not quite the correct answer. Dave, do you have the answer for me?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I remember that AWA rip-off, Hacksaw Jim Duncan. Now, he probably started in AWA, in fact. Who knows? Right, so, what was the nickname of the tag team composed of Axe and Smash? Dave. Demolition. Okay, now at this point, I'm just going to say to ChatGPT, give me much harder questions. Right, okay. Okay. Who was the first wrestler? Now, this last week we discovered that ChatGPT gets things wrong. So Dave, or Andy, you may be able to help me tell if this is actually incorrect, because I don't know. Who was the first wrestler to win the WWF Intercontinental Championship at a WrestleMania?
Buzz.
WrestleMania.
Sorry, Andy?
Okay, I got thrown off for a minute. It's not it, but I'm saying Hulk Hogan.
Oh, no. Go on, Dave.
Ricky Steamboat.
Okay, let me check this. I'm going to fact check this before I tell you the answer it gives me, because I'm not convinced by it at all. No, it's absolutely wrong. I think you are correct, Dave. For some reason, it has told me it's Tito Santana, who I'm not sure ever actually held it.
He won the match at that WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. He didn't win the title.
Ah, there you go. Wait, no, Junkyard Dog defeated Greg Valentine in a match for the Intercontinental title by countout. Tito Santana was nowhere near it.
Was he not?
No,
Oh, sorry,
he was JYD. Okay,
oh,
so
sorry. He was involved in the finish. And,
okay,
yeah,
that's where we're going wrong. Okay, so no points there. Okay, we'll do another few questions. What event featured the first ever Hell in the Cell cage match?
Oh, Buzz.
Oh, Dave.
It was in your house, but I think you want me to be more specific on that.
Yeah,
one.
I definitely want you to be more specific.
Is it Bad Blood?
Is the correct answer? Yes.
Ooh.
In your house, Bad Blood.
It's those sort of questions make me think, yeah, you got one right, and also deeply sad that I know that.
No, I would absolutely know that. I always remember that pay-per-view because it's the one where Brian Pillman passed away, and so that's kind of forever ingrained in my memory. And it was also the debut of which wrestler at that pay-per-view?
Andy Ferrone, go on.
The brother of another wrestler.
It was Kane.
Kane, there we go. We'll give you the point.
I knew it was going to be Andy Johnson.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, we'll do a couple more questions, and then we're going to move on to some other fun things. So, really tough one here. Which wrestler is known as the Heartbreak Kid? Dave?
I was signing it to Andy.
Andy, do you have the answer?
Probably the wrong answer, but I'm going to say Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh, no. Heart in there is close. Dave?
It's Shawn Michaels.
It's Shawn Michaels. Okay, and let's see. We'll take two more questions here. Who did Hulk Hogan lose to at WrestleMania 6 in a championship versus championship match for the Intercontinental and WWF World Title?
Andy, go on.
I did know this. It's not going to be the right answer. I'm going to say Andre the Giant.
Oh, so close. I'm going to give you a point anyway. But it was the Ultimate Warrior. Oh, hang on, Dave. You didn't buzz in, Dave, so I kind of... No, it's all good. And last question. Okay. What was the nickname of Bret Hart?
I said it a moment ago.
Andy?
The Hitman.
Is the correct answer. And that brings us to the end of our first quiz round. Now that, according to ChatGPT, was a super hard round. So, with this, we're going to move on to some other stuff. First of all, though, in acknowledgement, Andy, since you're here, who is your favourite old school wrestler?
Favorite old school wrestler, and it would be a little bit out of what most people would think, because I used to love WWF as a youngster, but Goldberg, just because of how he dominated and how intimidating, how he took down everybody that he faced in the original, which I just thought was awesome. The League 8, the crowd went bananas. And The Rock also, obviously. The Rock was amazing, but yes, those two.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave, I'll ask you the same question, because I don't know if we've ever actually pinned this down. Old school wrestling, who was your favourite? Or
I can't remember a few years ago, you, me, and Sam were doing our top 5 of all time.
Oh my goodness, yeah, just about.
The Hitman Hart, of course.
Oh, what, yours as well?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Hence why I have the pink and black attack around this show here. Okay, so...
Even though he is a moaning bastard this time, ironically, constantly moaning about Goldberg.
Yeah, can't stand Goldberg, but, you know...
I mean, at moments, sort of like everything goes wrong in life. And it's like, yeah, well, it's not as bad as Bill Goldberg.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, now, we will talk a little bit about some of the current happenings. Now, Andy, if you don't know who this is, don't worry, I'm going to clue you up. One of the big stories from the last week is that a prominent female wrestler in All Elite Wrestling, which is the competition to the WWF nowadays, called Jade Cargill, has quit quit AEW and defected to WWE. Now, Dave, first of all, whilst I bring up a picture so I can clue Andy in on the situation, Dave, give us your take on this situation.
It's kind of natural. I think it's like she wasn't being pushed any higher than she was at that big unbeaten run, much like Goldberg, massive unbeaten run, until she lost, and she came back and lost one more match, and then that was it. And they just didn't seem to want to take that momentum and put her into sort of like the next league. So she was the champion of the secondary division in the women's division for a long time, 60 matches I think, wasn't it? 60-0, and yeah, it just seems a bit silly that they would let her go. But you know, she has got a huge amount of potential, and you know, she's clearly, as you see from that shot, she's clearly a star-looking person. So she'll do very well in WWE. I have no doubt.
Yeah. So.
Not many down she is. I think it's going to benefit her. I think because she'll be constantly training in that performance center the whole time, and it will help. That will help her no doubt as well, because it's going to, you know, she'll get her more reps in and get better at it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Andy, I was just about to come to you for your initial reaction to Jade Cargill, if you think she's a star. But we are also joined by Gav, so we'll quickly say hello to Gav first. How you doing, Gav?
How's it doing? You right?
Good. Yeah, we're getting into it. Like, Gav, you're slightly lagging behind just because we've done our first quiz round, and
okay.
And it was
That's
intense,
right.
so you're going to have to fight back from underneath.
Okay.
But we were just talking about, like, one of the big news stories from over the last week, Jade Cargill now in WWE. Andy, just because if you're not familiar with AEW and Jade, what's your initial take on her? Like, do you think she looks like a star, as Dave said?
Well, to me, she looks extremely hot. She looks like she's in great shape. I've seen the face. I don't know her character, but with all due respect, I want to throw her out of bed. But hey, don't say that. That's kind of sick. But that's my. She looks great. So.
Well, that would be impolite, wouldn't it? There we go. Gav, what's your take on this news? I'll give my thoughts in a moment.
I think definitely, yeah, it's definitely a good move by her, and the company as well. I think she's already a big star already with AEW, and that's just gonna go even more skyrocketed, really.
I think the interesting thing with Jade is that she was, as everyone said, she was given the Goldberg push in AEW, and so she didn't have super long matches. I think I completely agree with Dave that the Performance Center are going to probably give her on-the-job training, but I think a little bit like when Cody Rhodes went to WWE, like WWE need to make a statement that if you go from AEW to WWE, you're super successful. And I think Jade Cargill is the perfect person to do that with.
I was going to say, I'm excited for all the feuds that's going to happen, you know? So,
yeah.
Ultimately, Rhea, Bianca, Becky.
Yeah. Like, already, like, again, I'll bring up, like, another photo. I've always got to be... Oh, no, hang on. This literally isn't the photo I clicked on. I haven't brought it up. Oh, it's changed. I've completely lost it. I clicked on... I'm going to show you what... I clicked on a photo. This will be funny if it comes up. Of Jade Cargill training at the WWE Performance Center. And it came up with that. So, literally there, we have Ricky Starks... We have Leva Bates, or whatever her name is, the librarian. Who's that at the front? Or is it just a randomer?
That's
Amanda Huber.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, you're right. And Jade Cargill somewhere at the back behind Raphael. Yeah, so, yeah, if Raphael comes to WWE... Sorry?
I thought it was Goldberg.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be Goldberg. Now, Greenberg, as Jericho once upon a time would jokingly call him. Now, so any other particular thoughts on Jade Cargill? Like, who do we think her first feud will be?
It depends where she ends up going, because I think it'd be just because of her skills and sort of like just getting more reps in and things like that. She's going to have to start on NXT, I think, really, to get those reps in.
Oh, man, like Triple H has been, like, tweeting about her. I can't think that they're going to put her on. Look, I know this might be why, if they're playing 4D chess and all that, that might be why Becky... to give her a hot feud, to put her in NXT, so then perhaps, I don't know if they'd still put her on a main TV pay-per-view and stuff.
I'll make money with her straight away if it was me.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what they do on NXT and have her beat Becky for the NXT women's title.
Yeah, I think that as soon as Becky won it, I was like, oh, I think they're putting her there so she comes in hot, so that they don't bring her in cold and stuff. But then they could do that.
Could be a pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah.
Live
yeah. Now, one of the other like potential things is that like we have an AEW pay-per-view I think coming up this weekend, WrestleDream. Yes. Now, Andy, you may or may not know who this is, depending what your era is. But there are rumors that a wrestler from WWE is going to find their way into AEW, and that's the wrestler Edge. Do you remember Edge, Andy?
I do remember it, yes.
Yeah, so anyone, what's our thoughts on the potential of Edge potentially coming in, doing something with Christian, or perhaps they won't cross paths?
Well, Tony's done this. They did that film, and Tony Khan at the end of it saying this is going to be like the dawning of a new era for AEW and all sort of stuff. And then there was some news that they were going to go on the Max streaming service in the States or something, and that's going to be one of the announcements they make or something. That's one of those sort of things where a bit of news comes out at a time where they're saying something's going to happen. But yeah, this could be. It's a big name for them to get. I don't know, apart from Christian, I don't really know what you do with him, because it's one of these things of, is he going to just completely outperform or star everybody on the show, or is he there to really work with everybody? And I mean, it's worked out well with Christian, I think. But
yeah, I'll be honest, right? Edge looks really old nowadays. He looks really old there. Like, maybe that's a bad photo. I was just looking at it, and I don't know. It really isn't. Like, he's got like a weird mullet thing. Like, every area, like you were talking about, like showing wrestlers' haircuts and stuff last week. But if I just bring over the mouse here, it's like he's got a weird mullet at the back. He's almost ginger Ron Weasley on the top. Then it's kind of like grey and brown there. Like, I just got no idea what's going on with that do. Well, I thought that was interesting anyway. Right. So,
I was waiting for someone else to say.
I wasn't going anywhere in particular with it. Right.
I'm not too sure how it would be. Like, I'm open to see it. I'm not too sure. I always strike Edge as just the WWE guy. So, I don't know.
Yeah. It's going to be weird. Like, there might be the aspect, because obviously he can't be Edge. Now, I've been saying, like, people have been speculating on X. Like, what would he be called? I think it's so obvious. Just call him Ridge. It's a ridge.
Ledge.
It's the same thing. Ledge. That'd be amazing. Ledge, like legend. It writes itself. Yeah, that is a better version.
What was the name that John Silver was trying to nickname Adam Cole when he came in? Was it Budge or something, or Bunch or something?
Oh my god, I think that passed me by. I didn't know that.
It's because he was meant to be the manager of Keith Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah, they call him Munch or something. I don't know. It was just a little
Wow.
line on being elite or something. Just call him Mudge or something.
Yeah. No.
Just call him Adam Cole. I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box there.
I think that's. I think
what are we talking about? Give him an old name. Come in as Sexton Harker.
that would be amazing.
Oh, even that. What? I was going to say round 2, isn't it? Then. Yeah. Live sex show. That'll be.
What, with who?
Oh, it'll have to be Beth.
Yeah, it would nowadays. You know, but yeah.
Or the Lita, ChatGPT thought.
The Lita, yeah. Okay, so guys, let's before we go on to, like, in fact, Dave, you have a game for us, don't you? I think it is time.
Okay, is it time? Okay, so following on, speaking of hair, following on from last week's wonderful game of Guess the Hairdo. This is a bit of an extension from last week. You see what I did there? So this is again, I'm just bringing it up here. Hold on, let me just share my screen. It probably will look really weird in a moment. Let's have a look. I'll share the whole screen. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay. Are you receiving me?
No.
Dave?
Oh, hang on. Do I need to add it? It's my fault.
You're at it.
Oh, hang on, but it's going to come up with us. Like, infinite screen.
Before we go into the weird place here, let's go to my preview screen here and say, whose hair is it anyway?
Ooh.
So, this is a bit of a different one, where it's the face of one wrestler and the hair of another.
All right, okay.
Now, bear in mind, I've got mine on full screen right now. I cannot see any of you, so you're going to have to, like, I don't know, say your name as you buzz for this one.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so I can bring it up. Okay, so you've got to guess both the wrestler whose face it is and whose hair it is. And I will tell you now that some of these are not the best mashups you'll ever see, but I only did it in the last hour. So here is number 1.
Oh my god, so what? It's a mashup. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, Gav buzzed in first.
And that's Cesaro, well, Claudio and Sheamus.
Yes, is the bar merged together.
Ah, very good. Wow, Dave, you have gone above and beyond here. This is.
I was going to say that's really good.
This is effort.
That's one of the better ones. Believe me, there's some crap coming up. 10 pictures altogether, I should say. Okay, so 2 points to Gav. Well done.
Oh, 2 points. Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you get.
Point.
Okay. I need to be hot on this now.
Here is picture number 2.
Oh my god.
I know it though, but
oh yeah, I know who it is. Go on, Gav. You were first.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That is AJ Styles.
Yep.
And I was going to go James Ellsworth at first, but it's Christopher Daniels, isn't
it? It is. Hair of AJ Styles, face of Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
It is a bit. It's because it's obviously with his gammy eye. So.
Oh shit! What happened to his eye? When was that?
It was when, you remember the Young Bucks match of him and Kazarian against Young Bucks, and they did that sort of breakup with SCU and AEW a while back, and he took a super kick that broke his eye auto socket and like blackened his eye. And
wow, no.
Apparently it's healed right in recent months, and he can see out of it perfectly well now. So it's all healed up. But yeah, it was a little while he was wrestling with his eye like that.
Jesus, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 more points for Gav. Yep, go for it.
Number 3, here we go.
Buzz. Well, I think I know. Right. Okay, so that's King Booker.
It is King Booker.
And it looks like Adam Page.
Yep.
It is Hangman Page. Yes.
Okay, good. Was there a connection to these guys? Because obviously the first two, like you said, with the bar.
That wasn't the first two, but then I just found random wrestlers.
Yeah, but like AJ and Daniels, they had lots of TNA stuff going on, so.
Yeah, there was that, but then I meshed one together that's coming up at the end. That was just so brilliant that I thought. Oh,
yeah. Okay.
All right, number 4. Here we go.
Oh wow.
Oh my god. Okay,
wow.
Buzz. I think I know who this is.
Okay, David.
It's Bianca Belair is the body. Is that Sunny Kiss?
Yeah.
It is Sunny Kiss. Yes. Well done.
Wow. That's
scary.
You know what? Sunny would totally work with that look.
Yeah, Sunny would love that look.
Yeah.
Okay, picture number 5.
Okay.
Oh my god, yeah, this really reminds me of something. Like, go on, Gav.
There's a lot more.
I didn't do this clear up very well over the beard. Sorry, it's over a moment, yeah.
And that's oh damn, his name's just gone out of my head. Tattoo. AEW tattoo guy. What's his name again?
Tattoo?
No, not Will Ospreay. Not at all.
No. Will Ospreay.
1 point for that one, Gav.
Buzz. David, I should say. Right, I think that is. Is it Joey Janela?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Does he have a nose ring?
I was gonna say.
Like, it looks like he's got a nose ring there. But also, I'll just say this is getting into Geek Battle territory. And it's like, I don't know if any of you will know this, but there's an episode of Red Dwarf where they meet like an alien who becomes an amalgamation of all of the other people, and that's Legion, what. Yeah, Legion. That's what this reminds me of. Oh yeah. Also, just hang on. I just want to point out the excellent detail as you mentioned about the beard. There is just like a single line of Scott Hall's face still going across the middle.
Yeah.
But
do you like the fact that the hair curl is in the middle? Like that?
Yeah, no, that is really good detail.
Yeah, I obviously didn't check the rest of the beard, so that was pretty bad. Anyway, next one.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yes, you know that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very good. Gav, go for it.
Yeah. That's LA Knight, and would it be Diesel or Kevin Nash?
Yeah, Kevin Nash. So yeah.
Oh, I've just thought again. Like, okay, so this is a really good game, but we need to add in more audio description because, like I said last week when we did this, you can't. Some people can just listen to it. So we're seeing.
YouTube.com/SlamJam Wrestling Show.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure that you like check out the video version as well because Dave's work here is spectacular.
But do you know the link between these two at the moment, by the way?
Yeah, I do. Gav, do you know it?
I was going to say, like, there's a little tension between the two.
Okay, so like, I'll fill it in for the audience. Kevin Nash said on his podcast that he thought that the wrestler LA Knight was a tribute act to The Rock and Steve Austin somehow combined. And so then LA Knight went on the Fox network on television and did a promo which referenced Kevin Nash in WCW when he said that the word play was an adjective instead of a verb. And he was like, and he did it in a really clever way by taking his opponent at the time, The Miz, is theme music, which says, I came to play. And then he says, now if I was a moron, I'd say, let's look at that adjective. But I'm not a moron. So I'll say, let's look at that verb. And then Kevin Nash is fired back again. I hope actually they really get along, because I think they could just keep playing this.
No, I don't think this. I'm not sure. Okay, a couple more. Here's the next one.
Ooh. Oh, hang on. Here, someone else has joined us. Capelthave is here.
Oh.
Okay, it's Cap. Cap, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. I saw you guys do ChatGPT question. I thought this is the easiest way to win Slam Jam, so I did.
Okay, good stuff.
We're off it now, Captain.
We'll have some more questions in a bit. Okay, so I want to buzz in here and say that, Dave, this was a trick question because both parts are Linda McMahon.
I'm afraid you're wrong on that one.
Buzz.
Okay, Gav.
That is Trish. And that is Mae Young.
Yep, Trisha Mae Young, yeah.
Wow, I'm not going to lie, it kind of looks like Donald Trump in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
Just with his hair down.
Sitting there
Donald Trump with his hair down.
Same in a couple of years deep south where he's like got his little hut with his Confederate flag outside.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, next one.
Ooh. Cap.
Okay.
Shinsei Nakamura with John Morrison?
You're right with Shinsuke.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes, one.
The hair I'm not sure
I'll
about.
let you guys get it.
I'm trying to even reckon. Yeah, you're onto something there. Is it a guy who's in? I forget his name. Is it someone that's in Impact Wrestling or something? No.
Yep.
Is it someone that's in New Japan?
No. If you look at the title, Bill.
Yeah.
Try and guess what that title that might be.
Where would it be?
Oh, hang on. It looks like I don't know. I'm completely baffled on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
NXT. Think NXT.
Gav, do you know it?
Yeah.
Okay, go on then.
Butch.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah.
Oh,
Pete
sorry.
Dunne. Is it not Pete Dunne?
What's his name now?
Butch is his name now.
Oh, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne.
Time is Pete Dunne, yeah.
No, Gav still gets the point. Yeah, Gav gets the
Right,
point.
I've got two more.
I completely forgot his name then.
Yeah, right. Okay, two more.
Love it. Buzz. I will buzz in there.
David.
Okay, so we have at the top, that's Jim the Anvil Neidhart as Hawk, and then we have Bret Hart as Animal.
Yeah, that's the one. Heart Foundation, then I do. Yeah. Alright, this last one.
Wait, do I only get 2 points for that, or do I get 4?
I'll let you decide.
No, I'll have 2. I'll have 2. There goes a pair.
Alright, this is the last one coming. This is the one that made me howl laughter when I put it together, and I'm hoping it's going to do the same for you guys. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Who the heck? Macho Man with who?
No, I don't think either part of that is Macho Man, is it?
I can see so many different people in that.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Buzz.
Go on, David.
The face is Taz.
Yes, the face is Taz.
The rest of it, though...
Kevin Nash?
No, I don't think so.
There's 2 other people there.
Is there 3 people here?
Yeah,
No, 2 people. So it's Taz is 1.
There's 3.
It could be me in
Oh,
3
I can see
years.
3.
There's not 3 people in this one, guy. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Taz and someone else.
Okay, my guess is it Elias?
It is Elias.
Oh, okay.
Ezekiel.
No, it's not Ezekiel. Ezekiel's got no hair.
Oh, yeah. Fair. Oh, no, but like, I see what you mean. Like, the shoulders are definitely Ezekiel.
No, it's definitely taken from a Elias thing. That is my game, guys. Whose hair is it anyway?
Wow, very good.
Oh, Dave made this?
Oops, remove.
What's that?
No, Dave made this.
I did.
Yeah, no, that is spectacular, Dave. That is effort above and beyond the Call of Duty.
I put it together about the last hour or so. So it wasn't
Okay, you only did that in the last hour?
like an hour and a bit, yeah.
Okay, well done you. Okay, so look, Gav's here now, Cap's here now. Like, Andy, you scored a lot of points in that last round. How are we doing?
Doing all right. I thought this was a real combat sport. I'm looking for the UFC and boxing. I mean, you know, the MMA world.
Like, are you a UFC guy, Andy?
I love UFC.
Do you know what? Like, I don't know if we'll get onto it specifically today, but like, I do want to. Like, I am desperately myself. Perhaps you can help me on this another time. Trying to get more and more into UFC. I enjoy it every time I see clips on that. It's just like. Perhaps, I don't know where you watch it, how you watch it, the best way of going about it. This is where I'm still trying to get into it.
What's the next event, Cap?
Do you know what? Like, I should have also mentioned.
Next one is Charles versus Oliveira.
I'm going to give a shout out to Daniel Price in the comments. Guessing, I've just seen the comments come up. Guessing basically all of them correct. Now, I'm going to assume that you were guessing them probably in time or along with us. I love how you said earlier the phenomenal AJ Curry man. That was brilliant as well. And also your thoughts on Jade Cargill earlier. Daniel said she doesn't need to go to the main roster right away. She needs copious amounts of time in the performance center to fix her botching tendencies. I think she can learn on the job if they plan what they're doing with her. I think they need to strike whilst the iron's hot. They can't leave it. If they debut her at Survivor Series, I think that's okay to leave it that long. But anything longer, I don't think we should be waiting until next year.
Rumble.
Yeah, but it's okay. So if she debuts in the Rumble, she has to win it.
Yeah.
Well, she could do, but you know, it won't unless they're certain that she's definitely gonna be like WrestleMania main event level.
I mean, like,
She's not, though.
if you protect her in a way, Goldberg wasn't.
Goldberg wasn't, like, look, Ronda Rousey wasn't, to be fair, but like, so if you could get Jade with Rhea, Jade with Bianca, Jade with Becky. You know, they're options for Mania Night 1 main events. But again, like Mania next year, there's so many potential main events, so who knows. Right, so let's go on to our next quiz round. We've only got like a few minutes left as well, so let's do what we can. So
I love the fact that Andy mistook this for a UFC or a boxing thing. That's what I did too when I first came back.
Okay, well, look, we will get to that stuff. Look, well, like Andy, as I'm sure you'll be aware, like UFC and WWE, they are now in bed together. They are TKO. You know, they have they are the same company now. Like,
Gab's dream might come true. Nate Diaz might pop up.
Do you know? Well, coincidentally, so I read that WWE were looking to do something with Nate Diaz to come in against Logan Paul. I literally read this today, and
Did you see
in
what he
WWE?
did on the boxing? Did you guys see what he did on the boxing event? He clearly lost. Again, I don't think he could outbox Jake Paul.
Who, Nate and Jake?
Yeah, he was boxing Jake, and here's what he did. At the end of the match, he grabbed a hold of his neck and put up a guillotine and just showed, you know, I could kill him if I want to.
In a boxing match, I saw a couple of highlights from it. I did not see that.
He did that at the end, just to screw with everyone. That's why I think, like, even in WWE, he's gonna punch someone for real. It's gonna
I was
happen.
about to say, do you trust him?
Okay, so genuine question for everyone here, like on the subject, whilst we're on it, UFC, WWE combined. I've heard lots of people say, like, I think I heard a clip. Kurt Angle was like interviewed on like Joe Rogan show or something, and they asked, like, would there be crossover from WWE to UFC and vice versa? Angle's perspective on it was that he can see fighters from UFC going into WWE, but not the other way around. What's anyone's take on that?
I agree.
Money.
No, wait.
They make money because, yeah, Gab.
Sorry.
No, the main reason is that if you're an unknown UFC fighter, you're not going to make that much money. You have to at least have some sort of clout to actually do well in the UFC. But as a normal wrestler, you can actually make more money. WWE is a much better company in that one compared to the UFC.
Definitely. And then on the other side of it, it's going to take a lot of training for a WWE guy to actually become a UFC person.
Oh, hang on. CM Punk showed how easy it was.
He lost all of his matches. He didn't even.
Do you know what? CM Punk didn't lose his second fight. It was overturned.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, genuinely. It was overturned. I forget what the reason for it was, but they declared it a no contest.
Yeah.
I think he's probably busted with steroids or something. Maybe the other guy was doing something like that.
Yeah.
But
was it Mike Jackson?
No, it was a kid. I think his second fight was a kid, I think.
No, his second one was Mike Jackson. The first one was Mickey Gall. The second one was Mike Jackson.
Mike Jackson, or Action Mike Jackson, the old wrestler from Impact Wrestling.
No, Michael Jackson, Dave. You're thinking there's so many Mike Jacksons out there.
But here's the thing, though. Like,
not that one. No.
In Kurt Angle's days, sometimes, like Brock, there were some actually people, high school wrestlers, kind of did WWE afterwards. They, I think, actually can make it to the UFC and do well like Brock. But right nowadays, I don't think there are much Olympic wrestlers or any people like that doing much.
What about Chad Gable Stevenson, or even like Bron Breakker? There's got to be some of them that could get in there.
Lashley.
Well, Lashley did, didn't he?
Bobby Lashley can definitely do it. Yeah. But again, he's old now, so he would be very
Bobby Lashley doesn't age. He looks exactly the same as he did when he debuted.
But again, he would be busted for steroids pretty easily.
Lashley?
He has to go like Alistair Overeem now to actually compete because USADA is extremely tough now.
Yeah.
See, I would say in general, for people to really switch over from wrestling to, have a chance in the MMA world, you have to have real wrestling, not the stuff of, make-believe wrestling, but being wrestling like Brock Lesnar.
You said that.
Brock Lesnar was an excellent real wrestler before he, does semi-real wrestling. But the difference is that's why he earned the belt. That's also a reason why he tapped out so easily when he's beating the crap out of what's his name, but the ankle lock, which is the one move you don't do in Ultimate Fighter because nobody's going to get into that, but you did it to the wrestler that tapped with demolishing Brock Lesnar because that's something you learn in 101 in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that move. And it's like, what the hell? How'd he do that? He's getting knocked out by him, but then he just turned on. Again, I'm getting a brain fart with the names because this guy was a legendary fighter before he got into the bike accident. Still came back and still did a great job when he got his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar.
Frank Mir?
On the first fight. What is his name?
Frank Mir, yeah.
Yeah, Frank Mir you're talking about brilliant. And he's actually a great commentator, which is also spectacular. I love his commentating. But, not to take it away from the wrestling in general, but UFC...
Also, at that time, the steroids use was not that... if you see Brock Lesnar versus Alistair Overeem, two steroid needles battling each other, I would say.
Yeah.
That would be the main problem for WWE wrestlers because I think that's the main issue because, like Andy said, most wrestlers do have a high school wrestling background, like the real high school wrestling background. So if they're young, they can easily get into MMA. Most of them sometimes learn some striking.
Allow me to give me your opinion. Allow me to fantasy book like it's a little bit of old school. So say you had Haku go into the cage. Are we saying that Haku wouldn't be able to hold his own, or Harley Race, or
Who's Haku?
You don't know who Haku is, Cap?
The name rings a bell.
Oh my god!
Google, go to Haku or Meng, his Wikipedia page. There's a whole section about his reputation in fights. And believe me, you will absolutely believe that this guy would be the king of every single contact sport in the world.
Yeah, Haku legendarily bit someone's nose off in a bar fight.
I think, you know what? You've got Chuck Norris, and then you've got Haku.
Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. I forget how you zoom already. Jesus. Right, okay. Zoom.
I don't think Roman can do well in the UFC. He can never. He can. Also, he has pretty good injuries as well. So.
Okay, so this is King Haku kicking Andre the Giant in the face. Right. So
here's just one example. Okay, so one example on this Wikipedia. On 3rd of March 1989, Haku got into an altercation with some men at Baltimore Airport, bar at Baltimore Airport, who called wrestling fake. And during the fight, Haku bit off the nose of one of them. Haku stated, yeah, it was in Baltimore Airport. Me and Siva Afi went over, and there were lots of baby faces there at the bar. So we went and sat in the car at the other corner away from them. When they were ready to close, we had a few drinks, and on our way out, there were 5 guys just sitting there. Of course, the same thing came out, the fake stuff. Hey, you guys are those guys, wrestlers, the fake wrestlers on TV, you know, and I said, yeah, I'll show you. And I reached over without thinking, there were 4 other guys there, grabbed his face and bit his nose off. And then the fight started. It means of a kind of clean house there and left. I'll never forget it.
Wow.
Isn't that what Chris Jericho's plan when he approached Brock Lesnar when they had an alternation? I heard him talk about it in the interview. It's like I think because of the Randy versus Brock Lesnar match. Jericho
Yeah. Look, Jericho is bull. Yeah, go ahead, Cap. Sorry.
His complete plan was that he was gonna bit off Brock Lesnar's nose if there was a fight. He was gonna bit off his nose. That was his plan.
Jericho is ballsy. He did actually get into a fight with Goldberg, where again, as legend has it, Jericho got the better of Goldberg in this fight. So I don't know, but I think Brock would have eaten him alive. Go on, Andy. You're gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say many years ago they had a TV show. It was only 1 episode, and I forgot the 3 people that were on it. They did a lie detector test, but Lou Albano, God rest his soul, was on it, and they're interviewing him about wrestling, how real it is and all. And he's like, nope, it's extremely real, blah, 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 going through the whole thing. And they pointed out that he lied throughout the whole, 95% of what it is, except for his real name, whatever. He starts going berserk on the show, which was pretty funny. And I wish I remember the other 2, and I wish I remember the show. Probably could find it on Google. But I do remember this at a very young age when he was going berserk, and it was just so hysterical. Like, my father used to get pissed when we watched it, because he's like, it's so freaking fake. And we're like, we know, but then we'd argue at school with people it's fake or not. Yeah. That was great seeing that.
Guys, I'll just say the controversial thing that we can have for another day. My theory nowadays is mixed martial arts is work too. But we'll get into that another day. Look, for 100 years, they told you that pro wrestling was real. Until it came out, it wasn't. So they just had to replace it with something else. Right, okay, that's my theory. Another hill I'm going to die on. Cap.
There are some things with the rules they actually do that, with scoring system and stuff like that. Dana White explicitly sometimes says that. But now it's the WWE. Dana White I can hire my own stars. But the point I was going to make is that now WWE and UFC is together. I know they had issues in the past, but if Conor McGregor can come to WWE, woo, Attitude Era, restart.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we've only got a few minutes left. I said we'd have another quiz round. So, fingers on buzzers. And we haven't even spoke about goddamn WrestleDream at all. Right, but it is what it is. It's turned into an intro. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed what we have done. We can perhaps check in on WrestleDream in a minute and see if there's any breaking news. So, fingers on the buzzers. At WrestleMania 9, sorry, Cap, who did Yokozuna defeat to become WWF World Heavyweight Champion? Dave.
Bret Hart.
Is the correct answer. Okay, moving on to the next question. Which WWF wrestler often carried a spray with him to the ring? Oh, Gav.
Rick Martel.
Yes. And can you remember what the name of the spray was for a bonus point? Oh, okay. I'll say it was a follow-up question to what Gav had, but Dave said it at the same time. Right, okay. Well, yeah, you buzzed at the same time, but yeah. Okay. Who was the first wrestler? I think I question this as well. I think this is another horse shit answer. Right. Who was the first wrestler to be crowned both WWF Tag Team Champion and WWF Intercontinental Champion on the same night at WrestleMania 8? This is horseshit. It's completely wrong. It's completely wrong. Okay, but let's go. Who was? Well, everything about this is wrong. Who was? Let's put it like this. Who was, in the Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania 8? Dave.
Oh, no, it was. No, hold on, no, who was it?
Oh, Gav, go on then.
Well, it's Brett and Piper at
Yes.
WrestleMania 8.
Okay. Now, but so I asked that just because I'll tell you what the question it asked was.
I bet you they're going to say Kevin Nash.
No. Do you know what? That would have been good, but at least that would have been something. It claims that Roddy Piper won the Intercontinental title and tag team title at WrestleMania 8.
I think it's confusing itself. I think the question should be who was the first wrestler to win the Intercontinental title and then wrestle in the Royal Rumble. I think maybe that was
And then wrestle at the Royal Rumble.
in the Royal Rumble because he won the title and wrestled in the Royal Rumble for the WWF title the same night.
Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I think that's why it might be.
Is that Mr. Perfect?
Okay.
No.
Piper.
Okay, so fingers on the buzzers. Who is the tag team partner of Butch?
Buzz.
Dave.
Well, it depends.
Oh, I just need one answer. I just need one answer.
All right, I'll go with the safe answer and say Butch.
Oh no, incorrect answer. Butch is not the tag team partner of Gav.
Ridge Holland.
Oh no, it's not the answer I'm looking for either. Cap.
Luke.
There you go, Capital Dave. You get the point. I'm not gonna lie. No matter whatever answer I got first, I just said it was the wrong one. Okay, few more questions. Few very quick questions here. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Oh my goodness, this is well. Do you know what, guys? You might all be able to help me on this one. This one's got me stumped. Who was known as the Lethal Weapon and was a dominant force in the WWF in the 90s? Go on, Andy.
Ultimate Warrior?
No.
Not the same.
Okay, Gav.
Steve Blackman.
Is the answer that I would have expected? It's not the answer it's given. I'm going to look this person. Go on. Anyone else got an answer?
Is it Tommy Dreamer?
No, it's not.
Say the question again, David. I didn't really understand what the question was.
Okay, yeah. Who was I can't find it now. Who was known as the Lethal Weapon and was a dominant force in the WWF in the 1990s?
Yeah,
Mel Gibson?
It should have been Mel Gibson, but no.
That's right, Steve Blackman.
Yeah, the answer should be Steve Blackman, but let me just take a quick look here. Now, there is a very interesting answer here. It comes up with, I'm going to screen share it to show you who this guy is. Larry Cameron. And it says that his nickname was Lethal Weapon, but he says he was in Stampede. He says he worked for World Championship Wrestling where he was managed by Teddy Long. He died in 1993. I'll be honest, I don't... Oh, hang on. He had a tryout with World Wrestling Federation. So, yeah, he was never in WWF properly.
Cameron and Butch Reed feuded with Flair and Arn Anderson. Wasn't that Ron Simmons and Butch Reed feuded with them?
But this is Wikipedia, so surely this isn't wrong as well.
Yeah, because it was... What were they called?
Doomed.
I don't... I've
Butch
got...
Reed and Ron Simmons were doomed.
Yeah, they were doomed.
That's it.
But I don't know who that guy is.
No, I've never heard of this guy. Yeah, feuded with in December 1990. I find that would be... Yeah, managed by Teddy Long. That was Doom, unless there was another version of Doom that unless Larry Cameron was originally in Doom and he got replaced with Simmons.
Like the original guy who played Smash in Demolition.
Yeah, exactly. For one thing, for like one show. Okay, we will come to one final question. Okay, and this is going to be the main one. Okay. Yeah, again, I asked for harder questions, and this is another one I don't think I'll ask one that I know the answer to. Okay, which WWF event? No, okay, so this will be too easy. So, at SummerSlam 1996, what type of match did The Undertaker and Mankind wrestle in? Capital Fave.
Hell in a Cell.
Is the incorrect answer.
1996.
Yeah, 96. Dave, go on.
Buried Alive.
No, Gav.
Boiler Room.
Boiler Room Brawl. Correct answer. Boiler Room Brawl. Yeah. The way
What did they do with that?
they wrestled in a boiler room. What more do you need?
In the boiler room, and then, that was it. Yes, it was the boiler room, and then they wrestled backstage, and then they sort of wrestled their way to the ring, where Paul Bearer was standing the entire time, and the winner was the one who got the urn from Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
And Bearer screwed the Undertaker and knocked him out with it.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, we are going to have to begin to wrap up, just because technically I'm meant to have like Geek Battle in a minute, but that can start a minute late, I'm sure. Like, Cap, are you going to do that? Yeah, so like, you know, you're here anyway, so you're aware, and I think probably Andy will jump onto it as well. But very quickly, looking at AEW WrestleDream, which, if I am correct, that is this Sunday, right? Or is it Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got NXT on Saturday as well.
Oh shit, you're right. Is that No Mercy?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Let's just stick to WrestleDream, because as I think you mentioned earlier, Dave, it's going to be a new chapter in professional wrestling. So for anyone, what do you think is going to justify this, or is Tony Khan literally becoming Jacksonville Dixie with his overhyping something that isn't going to live up to that? How can this be possibly a new chapter in wrestling if it isn't that he's bought New Japan?
I think, as we've discussed, it's probably just going to be the debut of Hedge.
I think that's such a letdown.
I was going to say, it's not really... Would you really be hyped for it? Would you?
What, for Edge?
Edge, yeah.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
Edge coming to the AEW?
Yeah, apparently.
What if CM Punk came back? Would you be more interested in that? Or
A big swerve, that.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I would...
I'm here to punch Tony Khan again.
Do you know what? I will... I would actually be so excited if it turned out this... I've said for a year, and I've died on this hill many times over, that I said the whole thing was a work. And now I'm in the state of being of saying that they are all morons for not seeing that they were on a gold mine of the most interesting story in wrestling in 30 years, and they couldn't work together to capitalize on it. So if Punk turned up back in AEW, then we'd all be like, so we don't get Punk versus Roman or whatever else. But then we get Punk versus the Elite, Punk versus Omega versus each of the Young Bucks versus Paige.
Tony Khan.
Punk versus... Oh my god, okay, so guys, did you see that there was some comment, like it was in the news, that Tony Khan said something on like a media call about, if I get punched in the face, like by going to a different network or something. I was like, you're the man that just said that you were scared for your life at a wrestling show. Now you're saying about, I can take if I get punched in the face. It's like, no, you can't. You can't take that. A monitor fell next to you. He's like Ross from Friends, where it's like a car backfired near me, sort of thing.
But wouldn't it be the ultimate heel McMahon move that if CM Punk and Tony Khan does fight, and then Tony Khan does a heel move and then make someone else beat CM Punk up and win? I mean, he can make the transition to evil McMahon.
Mr. McCann, I've said it for a long time, right? But anyway, but then on AEW Dynamite last night, we had who was it that got beat up? Was it Jay White?
Jay White.
And then someone was wearing MJF's mask, who people said didn't look like MJF. Like,
no.
He was dressed entirely in black. How can you tell?
well, no, because like he looked like MJF's is a bit more squat.
yeah.
It's too obvious to be MJF.
Oh yeah, it's not MJF. It's a bit of sound.
It was Adam. Well, not Adam, but
Yeah, could be. Imagine if he hasn't really broke his foot.
yeah. But I mean, Roderick.
Yeah.
I've read a like a little not rumor, but like guesses and things like that. So it's either going to be LFI like Rush and Andrade and the other goons in that one, because they've got a little spat with Jay White and company, or it's going to be Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, Roddy Strong, Adam Cole, and Kyle O'Reilly.
Or maybe it's Bobby Fish. Right.
Where's the lie?
Yeah, where's the lie? Okay, guys, we are going to wrap this one just because I need to go on to Geek Battle, but I'll find out what time, what day. Slam Jam definitely will be back again next week. And so, with this, where can the people find you, Dave?
Find me at Anthony Greeno for wrestling-based stuff. David Anthony Green everywhere else.
Awesome. Where can the people find you, Andy?
You can always go to Facebook and go to the main group, Improv at its best, improv shows, classes around the world. I'm the main member. You can message me, and we got a bunch of information, a lot of extreme improv and stuff around the world that's posted there.
Okay, Gav, where can the people find you?
I mean, yeah.
Awesome stuff. Cap, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Talk Beats and also in the next show.
Awesome stuff. So Geek Battle's coming up. My name is David Pstansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pstansky.
Whoa.
Yeah?
Who won?
Who won? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Let's check. all this. Anyway, I don't even find out. Well, Gav, it's a good question that you asked. And look, it's close because Dave obviously ran that game. So Dave, you were ineligible for scoring points. Dave, you were a close second, but Gav, you dominated the face swap game.
I'm
So,
having it to Dave because.
no, you can share the honour. You can be tag team champions this week. Oh, in fact, I don't think I made a banner for who won this. Oh well. Right now, okay. So, with that, from me,
in the end anyway.
from everyone else, stay safe. Always stay extreme. Geek Battle coming up in a moment, and ciao for now. Boom, and we are off the air.